I'd like to make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
We here to handle the business, not let the business handle us. That's what we are elected to do, sir. So please.
It's her fault. It's her problem, her responsibility, and she's failed. She's failed everything.
Intro 1. Small-town politics are often rife with drama, but the latest scandal involving Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard has taken things to an entirely new level. Allegations of corruption, the staggering misuse of public funds, and a federal investigation have created a story that seems endless. And if that weren't enough, rumors are swirling about a new lawsuit that could bring charges against her for the theft of over $2 million. So what exactly is happening?
You could feel the anger tonight at a Board of Trustees meeting in Thornton Township. The board and citizens looking for accountability to their finances, while the township supervisor
In Dolton, Illinois, and how did things spiral so far out of control? Intro 2. The latest bombshell comes from former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who was appointed as a special investigator. Her shocking report is sending shockwaves through the community. According to Lightfoot's findings, Dolton's financial situation has plummeted under Mayor Henyard's leadership. In just 2 years, the village, which had a general fund balance of over $5 million in 2022, now faces a deficit.
And that is the finding of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits of beleaguered Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Exceeding $3 million as of 2024. This isn't just a minor setback, it's a financial freefall, and taxpayers are demanding answers about where their money has gone. Intro 3. The details of the spending are nothing short of shocking. Mayor Henyard, who has been in office since 2021, is accused of using village credit cards for lavish purchases, and we're not talking about basic office supplies. One of the most outrageous revelations came from a single day of shopping on Amazon in January 2023, where a staggering $40,000 was spent. Yes, $40,000 in—
Who would make a one-day purchase of over $40,000 to Amazon? And the main thing is,
just one day. And that's only the beginning. Additional purchases were made at stores like Wayfair, Walgreens, and Target, all charged to taxpayers. One trustee, clearly fed up, called it a slap in the face to the entire community. Intro 4. What's even more outrageous is the apparent lack of oversight regarding these purchases. According to Lightfoot's investigation, many of the receipts for these transactions were either incomplete or completely missing. In fact, across all 6 village credit cards, there was little—
So that's one of the reasons I won't know when we go through our board packets. It's like, some of this stuff, it's like you don't know exactly what it's for, and then when you ask the question,
little to no documentation to justify the spending. This lack of transparency raises serious questions about how Mayor Henyard was able to carry out such reckless spending for so long, and, more troubling, who else might have been complicit in allowing it to happen. It seems the village's financial controls were either non-existent or completely ignored, making it all too easy for funds to be siphoned off without anyone raising an alarm. Intro 5. The spending spree didn't stop at online shopping. Lightfoot's report also revealed that Mayor Henyard racked up thousands of dollars in restaurant bills.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
Often at high-end venues where lavish dinners were held. While some of these meals were justified as meetings or business discussions, insiders claim that little to no actual government business took place. Instead, Henyard allegedly used these gatherings to win favor with political allies and reward her inner circle. One former staffer even went on record saying these dinners were more about socializing than addressing the village's pressing issues. If that's true, it's clear that Henyard was more focused on boosting her own status than solving the problems facing Dolton residents.
I'm about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments, there won't be anything. It'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
Intro 6. And speaking of status, let's talk about the billboards plastered all over Dolton. You can't miss the enormous posters featuring Henyard's face with slogans like "The People's Choice" and "Fighting for You." While it's not unusual for politicians to promote themselves, the sheer number and scale of these billboards have raised eyebrows. Critics argue that Henyard is using taxpayer money to essentially run a never-ending campaign while the village's financial situation continues to decline. Some even draw comparisons to tactics used by authoritarian.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Leaders who flood public spaces with their image to remind people who's in control. It's a level of self-promotion that feels more fitting for a dictator than a small-town mayor. Intro 7. As if these optics weren't bad enough, Henyard's critics have also pointed out that she appears to be living a life of luxury while the village struggles to pay its bills. In addition to her high-end travel and dining habits, it's been reported that she frequently travels with a personal stylist and makeup artist, an image that starkly contrasts with the humble, hard-working persona she tries to project during public appearances. While there's no official confirmation about how these services are being paid for, many residents suspect they're being funded with public money, adding another layer to the growing scandal. If true, this would further solidify the perception that Henyard has been using her office not to serve the people, but to enrich herself. Intro 8. Where things take an even more bizarre turn is in Henyard's response to all of this. Rather than offering apologies or explanations, she's
The way that the government always does it is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing.
doubling down, claiming she's being unfairly attacked for being a black woman in power. During a heated public meeting, she lashed out at her critics, saying, "You all should be ashamed of yourselves because you all are black. You all are black. And you all are sitting up here beating and attacking a black woman in power." While some argue she's playing the race card to deflect from the real issues, others believe she's trying to shift the focus away from the mounting evidence against her. And it's not just about the credit card spending. Lightfoot's investigation also uncovered that Henyard has been using public funds to finance luxury trips, staying at high-end hotels and flying first class. Again, all paid for by taxpayers. From New York to Atlanta, the receipts are piling up, with one trip alone
Henyard fired her chief of police late last year without any approval from the village board. So now Robert Collins has filed a lawsuit against the village,
costing over $9,000 at the Four Seasons Hotel. Critics are calling her out for living a life of luxury while the village sinks deeper into debt. In a town where the median income is just $24,000 a year, how is it possible for the mayor to spend thousands on first-class travel and five-star accommodations? The optics are disastrous and the outrage is palpable. Intro 9. But this scandal isn't just about financial mismanagement. Henyard's time as mayor has also been marked by accusations of bullying and retaliation against her political opponents. There are reports that she targeted local businesses that refused to contribute to her campaign, using her power to punish those who didn't fall in line. One business owner claimed that his trucking company was specifically targeted after he stopped making donations to her political fund. He described how village officials fabricated charges against him, ultimately leading to his business being shut down. "What is she, Nino Brown?" he asked, referencing the infamous gangster from New Jack City. In an almost unbelievable twist, Henyard reportedly showed up to a village meeting dressed as the same character, complete with a DJ playing "Better Have My Money" as she made her entrance. It sounds like something out of a movie, but multiple sources have confirmed the spectacle. Intro 10. As if that weren't enough, Henyard has also been accused of using the village's police force as her personal security detail. And it's not just a few officers here and there. Reports suggest that she has as many as 6 officers assigned to her at any given time, racking up hundreds of overtime hours.
Power grab, that's it. Power and money grab.
In one case, an officer with a base salary of just over $70,000 ended up earning more than $100,000 in overtime alone. Critics argue that while residents are facing serious safety concerns, highlighted by a recent violent incident in which 4 people were shot, Henyard seems more focused on protecting herself than on ensuring the safety of the community. Intro 11. Then there's the issue of the missing checks. In her investigation,
now I have to pay a special process service in order to get them served, which is
Lightfoot uncovered that over $6 million in checks have been printed and approved, but never sent out to pay vendors. That's $6 million worth of goods and services the village owes, yet the vendors have received nothing. The scale of financial mismanagement is so severe that federal investigators have reportedly stepped in, with an FBI probe now underway. So what does Henyard have to say about all this? Well, she's not staying quiet. In fact, she took to social media, going live on Facebook for over an hour in a rambling tirade where she promised to seek the arrests of her opponents. "I will be seeking arrests for individuals involved," she said, though she didn't specify what crimes they had allegedly committed. It's a bold move, especially considering that Henyard herself is facing mounting legal challenges, including multiple lawsuits from village trustees accusing her of forging checks and withholding financial records. It seems like every time someone tries to hold her accountable, she retaliates with even more aggressive tactics. Intro 12. As if things couldn't get any worse, Henyard is now facing eviction from her own home. Yes, you heard that right. The mayor of Dolton, who earns nearly